Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Father Jerry on Wednesday, of course, because it's What's Up Wednesday. And look, we have a guest again today. 2 weeks in a row, this high production value piece of video is here. And so we went from Brooke last week, how old is Brooke, Christy?
She's in first grade, so six.
So we've gone from a first grader to a 40th grader.
I'm glad you didn't say any age on that.
That's right. It'd be more than that, because if you start school when you're 6, you'd be a 60th grader. Almost. Wow, he is old. Anyway, this is Father Francis Hund, who is the minister to priests for the Archdiocese. So he's here to minister to me today, and I said, well, let's just be a part of the video. So he's our guest. So you want to tell, what is the role of the minister to priest?
Oh, it's my joy to be able to come and like today, spend a little time with Father Jerry and listen. You know, he'll do lots of talking and all listen and treat you to lunch but also for all the priests, whether they are newly ordained or on the other end of life's journey, those who are in care. So earlier this week I went to spend some time with one of the priests who's in the Catholic nursing home there in Kansas City and struggling with Alzheimer's. And so really what I've learned is all of us have some brokenness, and all of us need a listening ear. And so I never dreamed of having this ministry, and when the Archbishop asked, I was surprised, but it's been a blessing. So.
Yeah. Francis, you've been a priest for how many years now, though? And we all know you're in 60th grade, but
this year I'll be 39.
39 years. So.
Yeah.
And Father Francis and I have been together. We've been in the same prayer group since I was ordained, so for 28 years with a bunch of good guys. So we've known each other. And then we both had the great pleasure of living together for 2 years.
Well, you can all thank me that you have a new pastor, because apparently I was too noisy and irritating, so he moved out and came to Corpus Christi.
Yeah, I told the bishop a year ago, I can't take it any longer. I'm done. I need to move out. So, but no, it's good to have Father Francis for all the priests. His role is confidential, I guess you could say. So it's internal forum, as we call. So that means when we talk to him about stuff, he can't go back and report to the bishop or anything else. So we really appreciate what he does for the Archdiocese. I appreciate you, Francis.
Oh, thank you. I'm so pleased. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
I'm making myself sick. Anyway, it's great to have you here.
Little did I know that the ministry would include a guest appearance on the Corpus Christi, what do you call it?
What's Up
program.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Right. Yeah. You're pretty important. So this is a very important person, guest that we have here with us today. And Father Francis, actually, we were together at Prince of Peace in Olathe, so he's still in residence there and helps out at Prince of Peace. So anyway,
Yes.
I'm sure Prince of Peace is doing a lot of great things for Lent, right? I'm sure I bet, a lot of things. In the midst of this pandemic, all of our communities are trying to stay together, communicating together, praying with each other. And so again, here at Corpus, we have our weekly challenges. I call it the Corpus Christi Challenge. It sounds like a 5K run, something. So, every week we're asking you to consider doing things, and we do this together. So Father Francis, every day of the week we have like a prayerful meditation. It's on our website, and people can get this bulletin information, kind of ways to encourage people to do things together as a community. So as we go into the third Sunday of Lent, which this weekend also we're starting the scrutinies with our RCIA people. I wrote about those in the forum. So this Saturday night we have the first scrutiny, and we're going to do some dismissals of them, which is kind of fun. I can kick people out of church, but they're not Catholic yet, so it's okay. But here's some of our challenges going into the third week of Lent. So for our prayer challenge, we'd ask everyone to volunteer 1 hour to pray before the Blessed Sacrament for somebody else. So again, on every Tuesday here in Lent, we have Tuesdays with Jesus, as we call it. So from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., the Blessed Sacrament's exposed in our church. You can just come in at any time. The church is open during those times just to pray before Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament, but specifically pray for somebody else. So that would be our prayer challenge. Our fasting challenge is to write a note or to make a phone call to a friend or a relative who needs your time and attention. Father Francis is really good about writing notes, and he has perfect penmanship. I mean, you can take a ruler at the bottom of his notes, and you'd see everything's lined up perfectly. Which nun taught you that?
I'm sorry that you didn't. I should have brought your car. I'm writing notes to all the priests this Lenten season. And had I known you were going to carry on about that, I would have written your note today and brought it and hand delivered it to you.
And I could show you. I could draw a line under every line. See how straight
After
it is.
you get it, we'll show it.
Yeah, I'll show it. I'll show it in the future.
Yes.
So that's our fasting thing, to write a note or to call somebody in
I
need.
think that's a beautiful Lenten practice.
It is. And especially if we know people who are seniors, maybe, who are not getting out because of COVID, they need a lot of, well, they always need attention. We all need attention, but that might be somebody.
I had one person a few years ago send me a note during Lent, and she had written in her note that was her Lenten practice, to each day write a thank you note to someone who had been an encouragement or support in her life.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, what a beautiful gift that was, and a Lenten penance that she did.
She wrote it to you?
And she wrote me.
So you've been a blessing for somebody. That's so beautiful.
Oh, stop.
I actually got a card from somebody in the parish here last week, I think, did the same thing. So I guess I was a blessing to one person.
See? Those are beautiful.
It is good. It is good. So, and our last challenge for next week, our almsgiving, is to purchase a children's book that our parish can donate to a DCCA. Is that DECA. So again, that's for the foster children in our area. We collected backpacks this past week for the foster children in our area, and so this week we're asking you to donate a book. Father Francis, a lot of people think he's like Mr. Rogers. Not only does he have the look and the talk, but he has the personality of Mr. Rogers. So if you've ever watched those movies, Father Francis is a very generous person. So he was doing.
He was that's not such a bad person to be acquainted with. So that was great.
He's an amazing man.
But I love that by donating a children's storybook. I have a whole bookshelf full of children's stories at home. And during the pandemic a year ago at this time, I thought it would be just a few weeks or month, I didn't know. And so each week I'd read a children's story on our parish Facebook. And by Christmas time it was 40 or so, and decided that was probably enough. And but I had them all collected together and gave that collection to my great nieces and nephews. I know you don't have great nieces and nephews, maybe.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well, I have 8 at the moment and 12 before this year ends.
Wow.
So
I have
That's
5
awesome.
now.
Oh, okay.
So that's good. That's good. So yeah, Father Francis loves to tell stories in his homilies too. We priests always say that, a priest who tells a lot of stories in their homilies, that's just because they don't have really anything good to say. So they just read someone else's stories. I'm just kidding, Father Francis.
We'll talk about that later.
Because you all know I tell stories pretty much every time anyway too. So anyway, Father Francis, would you have any great Lenten words of wisdom as we wrap up our video today for the people here of Corpus Christi and beyond?
The Sunday scriptures this year are all about the covenant. So the first week we had the covenant with, was it Abraham? No, Abraham was last week. The first
we had Noah and
Abraham, and then this week it's Moses. And we come then further on to that great covenant of the heart. I will be your God, and you shall be my people. I think that for me is what we need to hear again this Lenten season, especially after all this pandemic and turmoil.
Yeah.
That promise of God's presence with us always.
God will never leave us.
God will never leave us.
I might have left you in Olathe. Thank you, Jesus. But God will never leave you, Father Francis, or me, or Christy, or any of you. So, anyway. All right. Well, I think that's it for this week, everybody. Thank you again for all your work. Let's continue to pray for each other and move forward during this Lenten season. So, I think that's all. So, God bless. Have a good rest of the week.